This is cute. I like that.
Every time the intro come on, I just like.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be
like
rapping.
My shoulder, right? It's like my shoulders and my little freestyle bag just like coming out of nowhere. Like I don't know.
Exactly.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to the source, y'all. So this is a special episode. Not only is it because it's our 15th episode. Yay! Yes, we lit. So me and Malik was always saying how we going up for the sources, you know, quinceañera or whatever.
I know
so
that's right.
Malik's not here to celebrate our quinceañera, but that's cool. That's cool because I got my girl in the building, y'all. This is our first ever female co-host, guest, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna let this queen introduce to it. Yes.
Yes, so as most people may know, I am DJ Chloebrenae, Las Vegas's hottest Las Vegas DJ, female DJ, black female DJ.
And what about it?
And what about it, honey? And what about it? But yeah,
Chloe in the building.
Chloe DJ Chloebrenae. You know, so many names. Rich Chloe. If you know me from way back.
So what's the names?
DJ Chloebrenae is my DJ name.
Okay.
A lot of people just call me DJ Chloe. That's where DJ Chloebrenae came from because my name is Chloe. So I'm like, okay, let me just make this easier on y'all. If y'all want to call me DJ Chloe, feel free. Right. But when I first started DJing, even prior to that, people would always call me Rich Chloe at high school and stuff, just because when I would get into it with females, I would always call them broke or different synonyms to that, because I felt like I'm small and you know what, I'm gonna use my words because that's gonna resonate with you.
Exactly.
You're gonna go home and you're gonna think about what I said rather than just an ass whipping and you over that shit, you know. So everybody be like, oh, you're Rich Chloe.
Rich Chloe. These folks be broke.
Yeah, they be broke. Get them out. Swap
that shit remind me of you know how Ari, everybody be like, you know how
but I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Everybody be mad at her because she be calling everybody broke, but shit.
But shit, I mean, I would rather people be mad at me for that, because like, she's not gonna fight you, so what else do you want her to say?
Exactly. She'd be like,
I get it.
I ain't finna argue with y'all because y'all broke.
Y'all broke. I'm not gonna do it. And I used to be on that, and it kind of went with me through life. Rich Chloe. So a lot of people from like high school, college, middle school, or not middle school, but high school and college know me as Rich Chloe. So they'll still come up to me and be like,
Rich Chloe, DJ Chloebrenae.
Yeah,
we got all of the above in the building.
But you know, depending on how I'm feeling that day, I might be DJ Chloe, I might be Rich Chloe.
We never know. We just gonna have to check it out. But that's what's up. You know, I love being around women and females that are just out here getting into the bag, chasing their dreams. Like I just really,
it's the energy.
You know what I think it is, though? Most importantly, I think it's the mindset.
Yes, it is. And you can tell another woman's mindset based on simple conversations.
Simple. Just basic.
Yeah, it could be something so simple, you know, what are we drinking or where are we going and how are we getting in? Yeah, I just already know where your mind's at.
Already.
The answer to those questions.
It don't take much to know.
What do you like to do every day? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why we're here today, because Chloe, let me tell y'all something about DJ Chloe. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, like, you know, so as y'all know, I'm new to the city. And when I got put on to DJ Chloe, I was like, yo, like, I really fuck with her hustle. Like,
wow,
I really fuck with that. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? That's my girl. And then we end up just clicking.
We actually end up meeting at what was that, Raz Hookah
Lounge?
I know. Met there. And I was like, oh, she's bomb. She in the section. I'm bomb with my bomb friends. Let's just all be bomb. I just love being bomb. Yes, and we all had such a great night. I remember.
Oh my god,
that was a fun night.
What time did you get home that night?
I know they opened that door. It had to be the middle of the day. It felt like we were like, wait a minute, what the fuck? It felt like we were in a whole nother world. I just remember you being like, I'm going home, and I'm like, why are you leaving? You're like, girl, it's 5 a.m. Like, what more do you want me to do?
And then I see you the next day, or like that following. I don't know. I see you like a day later or something, and you was like, Girl, we ain't leave till like 6, 7 a.m. Another bottle came when you left. I'm like, yo, it was 5 a.m.
We had more bottles coming out. Yeah,
but we was kicking it. But nonetheless, you know, I was like, you know, like I really fuck with the grind and the hustle. So that's what I want to talk about today. So
let's get into it.
Yes, let's get into it, y'all. Before we do, I gotta drink some more because
are the questions that spicy?
Not even like I just had a long ass day, like, and I'm just like, you know what?
I know that feeling all too well.
It's time to just drink and let go.
It is.
So we just happened to be on the source tonight. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to talk about your journey and kind of breaking into a male-dominated industry because you're a female DJ, and it's, you know, it's not that many of y'all.
Right. It's not to the public, but as a female DJ, it feels like everybody is a female DJ almost. Like I know so many awesome female DJs of all different diversities too, which is really, really cool to me to be in an industry like that. But yeah, there's a lot. It's just hard for us to get recognition or really seen. And even when we are on large platforms, people don't even realize sometimes half the time that it was a female DJ. Like Kehlani's had a female DJ her entire career. Yeah. Beyonce's had an all-female band DJ her entire career.
Facts.
So, or at least as of recently, like there's just so many people who utilize them, but you don't even realize at all. You know what I mean?
That's crazy that you say that. I went to see Jack Harlow. Like he got a female DJ.
Yeah,
she
that's like
turned. Like everybody's turned. Arguably, I think female DJs are better, but hey,
you know, that's the debate now because we are coming up. We're coming up and we're working our ass off, you know, because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. Some male DJs may feel like, oh, well, it's easier for you to get a gig because you're cute, and club owners might want somebody cute, but when you're up there and you're actually DJing, people aren't cutting you any slack. They're not like, oh, she's cute, she's a female, I'm just gonna let her fuck up, basically. That's definitely not gonna happen. If anything, once you get in that booth, it's no games. Like they're on you 20 times more. Now people are listening to the song even more. They're realizing, okay, do I actually want to listen to this? Rather than it being a male guy who, you know, might have some J's on or whatever, some chill shit. You're not even gonna really pay attention until it's super lit. But if it's not, you're not even gonna notice.
That's true.
Be a female, it's harder. It's a lot more pressure, in my opinion, when you're in.
But you do that shit, and that's what I respect. I love it because, you know, it's so easy to compare, you know, like a male DJ and a female DJ. But I think when it comes to DJing, it don't really be. Sometimes it don't be even having a gender, like
at all. You just have to be good. You just have to be good.
Exactly. So, you know, it takes a lot of skill and technique to be a DJ, and I didn't really realize that until I really start going out more and partying and clubbing more, you know, and really seeing the technique and the art of it. So how did you really learn to perfect your craft?
I actually taught myself. So I started about 3 years ago, and then when I started, I was just like, okay, I'm going to get my equipment. And my friend, Mr. Him, as a lot of people know him, Michael, though, is who I know him. Hey, Mr. Him.
Hey, Mr. Him.
I love Mr. Him. I love me some Mr. Him. That is just my friend for life. Like, he's a Taurus. I'm a Virgo. We make the best friends ever. So it's always good vibes when I see him, and he was one of the first people to really believe in me, and he was just like, I'm gonna throw a party and you gonna DJ. And I bought my equipment like the day before that. Wow. And he had me and him met up with another female DJ who had been DJing maybe a year. He had said that he wanted me to meet her so I could kind of, you know, learn a little bit, which makes sense, you know. So she taught me a couple buttons in this, but I had no idea what she was talking about. And I played completely terrible, but I mean, nobody showed up to the party at the time. Thank God. Thank God. But I was just switching song to song, and then I just went on YouTube every day, and I just locked myself in a room for hours, and I would just try to teach myself off YouTube and just playing and playing and playing. Wow. And faking it till I make it. Yeah, when I got my first gig, they thought I had been DJing. I had never DJ'd in a facility, period. I had probably DJ'd a couple parties, 2 out of the 3 been shot up. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, y'all need to, when y'all go to parties,
Y'all need to relax.
Stop trying to ruin the damn vibe.
Y'all need to relax.
Y'all be fighting. Y'all be shooting. Y'all be right. Yes. Y'all be doing all of this shit in
just
the club.
Because I'm playing a certain song, please let me listen to Pooh Shiesty in peace. I want to get it back in blood and peace. Like I want to be quietly getting it back in blood, calmly with my drink. Right. Not shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Yo, okay. So what do you? Okay, so as a DJ, right? If you see it's a fight that's breaking out,
right?
What do you do?
You do not stop the music. That is the first thing I learned, and I know very well. You, at least from the training I've gotten from peers, like just DJing around town and having to go through things to learn things. From other professional DJs out here that I've been told, don't stop the music. If anything, you just change it to R&B immediately.
Okay.
That's
smart.
Yeah, and just people will kind of chill out and let the security in the club deal with that fight. If the club feels they need to shut down, then that's when you'll, you know what I mean, bring it down. But usually that will clear out a fight. Next thing you know, all the people all the way to the right side didn't even notice what was going on. Exactly. You know what I mean? And they're so drunk they don't realize your transition was shitty unless they're a DJ. So it really doesn't matter. You know, and if they're a DJ, they're going to kind of understand, okay, they must have transitioned like that for a reason. So
for sure.
I definitely don't stop the music. I've had people try to tell me to stop the music and I've stood on not. I've gotten in trouble before for stopping the music when somebody had told me the police were outside with helicopters. So I stopped the music. They were like, why would you stop the music?
Yo,
change it to R&B and turn it down. I'm like, oh, okay. That's so just learning. It just depends on. It also depends on what type of party. Now, if you're at a house party that's more unsafe and you don't have security to handle things like that, I suggest you get the fuck out of there with your expensive ass equipment. Immediately.
Exactly.
Cut the cameras dead ass. Like,
cut it out.
Cut it out because
wrap that motherfucker up.
Grab your expensive ass equipment. Who cares about this party that you probably got barely paid for? If you're a DJ, you know what I'm saying. So. You get your equipment, but if it's a professional club setting, they have security and they have provisions to handle that.
Yes, you know? That makes sense. I mean, that's definitely I think that just kind of goes along with perfecting your craft, like knowing what to do in those type of situations and knowing your crowd. So speaking of the crowd, right? What makes a good DJ? Is it reading the room? Is it staying up to date on music? Like, what do you think makes a good DJ? Because I think that
let me hear your opinion first.
Okay, so when I go to the club, I feel like that night or that event is depending
on the DJ.
Correct. I mean, yes, I do think you make your own fun. You create your own vibe. The people that you're with are boring,
but
so
the
night
music is like 80%.
But the music is at least 80%.
Right.
So, like, how much impact does the DJ really have on the event, and what really makes a good DJ?
I feel like the DJ has pretty much the biggest impact, if you ask me, but I am biased because I'm a DJ. But I have just seen great parties go bad because there wasn't a good DJ, or I've seen small parties turn into lit. You know what I mean? Lit things that you didn't even know it would be that lit with only that many people, but it was the music and the way the DJ was cutting the music. I think, to me, I know I am the best DJ at the age that I am, at the rate that I'm going, and the pace that I'm going.
And that's
only because and that's not on that. And what about it?
And what about
And if it makes you mad, I hope it makes you sad.
Talk your shit, DJ. Come on.
Okay. I know because I feel like God told me. So it's really nothing nobody else can really tell me. When God told me, and he shows me by the way that I work. But I feel like what makes a great DJ is not only your knowledge of music, like your catalog of music, and the knowing the right time when to play what song. Because you could have all the best music and be playing the songs at all the wrong times, like playing the songs that I want to sing when I'm drunk, but you're playing it when I just walked in the club. I'm just walking in, so I'm naturally probably singing it in my head, but I'm not standing up dancing.
Up to it for
now,
real,
if I have my bottles coming out already and I've been drinking a little, then okay, I'm ready for that song. You know what I mean? Like Dreams and Nightmares, for example. You're not going to play that at 11 o'clock when people are just sitting down getting their section. You're going to play that later in the night when we're turned up and we're with our gang and you can tell the vibes is going.
For sure.
So if you can, and just understanding your own strengths and limits, you know, and weaknesses, I mean, as a DJ is important because I still have quote unquote weaknesses that I know. So I try to capitalize off of my strengths. I try to play places where I know my strengths will be valued and appreciated and recognized, rather than knowing I'm this amazing hip hop DJ and then trying to all of a sudden go play an EDM show without any preparation. That would just not make me, that would make me a bad DJ in my opinion. Just knowing where you belong and knowing where you best fit your music and what makes you feel good. I don't want to be that DJ playing music only because I know you guys like it and I hate it. That's you're going to be able to feel that, you know? Whereas if I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I'm where I'm at, you guys are going to feel that same energy, you know? So I think it's just to be a great DJ, I think it comes from within and out, knowing, you know, the technicalities, but also knowing yourself and your skill.
For sure. I think that even in life, like, I feel like that goes beyond, you know, your craft and being a DJ, like, knowing and being confident.
Being confident,
I think that takes you a long way. Just not even in your career, but just in life.
Yes,
so
it is.
That's definitely.
And I've been working on that. And I just got this new manager, and he's like, you're the hottest DJ. Period. Fuck is anyone talking about? And he's right.
And if you don't know it,
who else is gonna know it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I know it.
Know that shit.
And I have to be not so. I'm such a Virgo, and we're so submissive to others' feelings. You know, we're so submissive to others' feelings.
So we got two Virgos at the table right now.
It's giving Beyonce.
It's giving Beyonce. It's giving Kobe.
Energy. Yes, all the best.
All of
Michael Jackson. All the best of the best of the goats.
The best of the best of the goats are Virgos. And you feel me? It's two goats at the table. So, you know, let's just cheers to that. Because I ain't seen you drink in a minute.
No, because I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yes.
I ain't seen that one sip. I've been drinking. It's Beyonce. We Virgos, so we love Beyonce. Sorry, y'all.
Love. I'm like, so God, am I ever gonna meet her yet? Like, just let me know in this lifetime.
When is it gonna be?
I just want to know. Give me an
prepared.
Yeah, I want to make sure my outfit's together.
I want to make sure I got the right thing to say. You feel me?
I'm just
I just want to be.
I don't get starstruck, and Beyonce, I probably wouldn't be starstruck, but I would just be so grateful to be in the presence of a black, strong woman, Virgo energy who like stays down. Like I never heard of Beyonce on vacation till she was Beyonce AF. You know what I mean? Exactly. You just know Beyonce's working.
Exactly.
That's it. She's working. She got a show. She got a this. She got a that.
She got
an album. She doing this. She doing that. At any age, any generation. I think that would be awesome to be in the presence of somebody who has that much.
Exactly. And you know what?
Power.
People be saying, and I don't like this.
What do
People be saying that Beyonce is overrated.
I mean, because she's so expected to be great. You're all
right.
People are naturally going to say, people who are, to me, at least from my standpoint, the public will always call somebody who just keeps giving us that good shit back to back. They're just like over it. They're over it because it's just expected.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, who's some of your favorite artists? And if I name Drake, then I have those people who are like, of course.
Right.
And mad, but it's like, no, really, of course.
Yeah, like of course. Like
literally, of course. Like
when you're held up to that standard, that's when you know you fucking
when you're getting awards and accolades from people who aren't in hip hop culture for being the face of the culture. It's of course it's natural for everyone to have you in your list of, okay, this is going to be great, or your song to come out, and it's great. Like Brown Skin Girls, that whole album, that was a great album.
Absolutely.
It was an amazing album.
It was.
I've seen
Beyonce.
It was amazing.
I've seen the music change over time.
Right.
I will say
it
that.
Has. But it has to.
It has to.
It has to. It can't stay the same, or else we would be mad like people are mad about DaBaby, or even Logan Paul trying to say Little Baby sounds the same, which in my opinion I disagree, but that's his tone. I just feel like that's his tone of voice. But when they are making hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, there will be those people who have that feeling like, oh, they're overrated, or they say the same thing.
I feel like that just comes with being great, though.
Exactly.
You know,
that's
like,
when you know you're doing something right. I feel like when people are tired of you winning.
When they're like Drake again, Beyonce again, Lil Baby again, fuck,
like Megan again,
like
that's when you know you're doing something right. It's when you
keep
winning, you know,
is facts.
And it gets boring. When winning is boring to people, for you, you're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Exactly. So, you know, we talked a little bit about you looking up to Beyonce just as a black woman constantly, you know, just constantly winning.
Right.
So who are some other people that you look up to in the game, in the industry, in entertainment, or I don't know, just in general?
Okay. They might be a little basic, but
no,
that's
never
fine.
Basic.
It's not basic to me, but I know
Right.
people might feel like, oh, that's a basic answer. Nicki Minaj is definitely on that list. Any woman from my generation is probably gonna feel that way. She is that bitch. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I feel like I look up to, not necessarily look up to, but a person that I really feel like my journey resonates well with is DJ Duffy. Okay. Because she started at the same age that I did. She graduated from college. I graduate next December. She, you know what I mean?
Get you a degree,
get
woman,
you a
okay?
Degree, honey. I'm about to have a degree
get
party.
You a
Bring a degree to get in. That's your entry fee.
No degree, no entry fee.
I'm just kidding, because I have friends who don't have their degrees. And I get it, you know. But for me, it made sense for me to get mine. And she got hers, and she did hers with a child, which is even more like admirable
for sure.
to me. You know what I mean? Going through this and imagining having a little baby would be just insane. And trying to DJ, and her just being so vulnerable to people since like she has videos still on YouTube from the first year she started in her house, like looking busted and everything, and did not care. Like, to be that vulnerable is something I admire to be. You know what I mean, with my career. And she worked for probably 6-7 years till she signed to French. Wow. So that's kind of the journey I'm trying to find when I, you know what I mean, sign to an artist or whatever I choose to do in the future. I feel like our journeys really match. And then another person that I would say that I look up to, my mom, honestly.
It's
even though
so
it's not a celebrity, that's probably the boss bitch.
Boss bitch junior.
Boss bitch junior. Yeah. Boss bitch junior, boss bitch senior. Like, she is really that bitch. And she didn't have her degree, and she is the director of business development of a mental health hospital and of intake as well.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
Doing the damn thing.
Buys property, has more than one property. Like, she does what she needs. And she did that as a single mom, you know, with no parents herself. So to me, it's hard to compare other celebrities and people I don't know to someone like that I've had to grow up
when
on.
You see the grind and the hustle and the sacrifice,
girl,
firsthand,
and then they do it with just such a smile on their face, and it's like and I can barely handle booking my own dentist appointment.
Ma, so they told me I'm supposed to do that for real? Like, what you mean?
She has to remind me constantly, like, girl, you do not have insurance through me anymore. You're grown. I'm like, oh my God.
Yo, that should be annoying.
I'm like, why are they trying to charge me this? She's like, I'm like, why are they charging me? She's like, girl, you is not on my insurance. Like, you're done. It's over.
Figure it out.
You're an adult.
It's that time. That's dope, though. I definitely think it's important to have mentors and people that, you know, that you can align your journey and your goals with, because that's so important.
Right.
So I just love it because I just think I can relate. Like, I feel this. I hope you can,
because I feel like a normal woman. I feel like I would be one of the first and few DJs or women in entertainment that somebody can genuinely relate to. I'm not someone who had to completely get it out the mud, but I also didn't get a spoon fed in my mouth. You know what I mean? I've always had to work. I've always had a job since I was 15, 16, but I grew up in Las Vegas with a mom who didn't want me to take sex work as a lane, which isn't, you know, I don't knock or anything like that, because I grew up out here. A lot of the women I know do sex work, but I also am well aware that if I choose to do that, it is definitely well more lucrative than any other path, you know. So choosing all these other paths, it's like, I feel like I can relate to so many women who didn't choose that path and who also didn't get things fed to them and had to just figure it out in a 9-to-5 square way. You know what I mean? And I'm figuring it out and I'm doing it. So I feel like anyone really can.
You gotta learn by doing, for sure.
Exactly.
Because it's so much that you can get taught or that people can tell you or whatever, but until you're in it,
Till you're in it.
That's when you really learn. That's when you really figure it out. That's when you really kind of like really understand it
and comprehend. Yeah, that's why I didn't go to DJ school, because I was gonna, when I wanted to be DJ, I didn't know any DJs, and I was like, maybe I'll go to DJ school. And then I was just like, no, because they're not going, I'm going to pay all this money to someone. And I could, first of all, look it up on YouTube in 2020, or what was it, 2016 or something, 2017. And I also will learn by I'm more of a hands-on learner. So I knew just doing gigs and going and pushing myself. And even if I fail, keep going, I'll learn. And you'll learn. And that's literally what happened.
L's do not be L's.
They do not, but they feel like L's.
They feel like L's every time. They feel so L's. So how do you really overcome that? Like really feeling like it's an L, or that you in a place where it's a low point and you're just like, fuck, like what do I do? How do you overcome that?
For me, an L, like the only way that I know how to process is to pray. That's literally the only way that I have to process when things are just feeling like such an L, and it feels like I can't do anything, or it feels like I don't know what to do. I'll just pray. And I mean, it sounds so
no, not at all.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just sounds, I used to grow up and hear people be like, oh, I prayed and this happened, or I believed in God and this happened. I've always believed in God, but I'm just like, they're probably just saying that, you know? But really living in that truth, that is really what I do. Like, when I feel like this is just such enough, especially with DJing, it'll feel like there's nothing you can do to keep going after you fail at something, or you get fired from something, or people just stop working with you for something for whatever reason, or you feel like you had a bad night. It's kind of hard to get your confidence back up from that. So I need help from God. I need that to
you can't do it
get
alone.
up. I can't do it alone. And I don't want to depend on another man or woman for that.
Nothing for you that's going to be a miracle.
Because it's not their life. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, it's not their goals. It's your dreams. It's your goals. So really, that's what I do. And I swear to God, next thing I know, a bigger door will open. Every time. Or just another door. Sometimes it's not bigger, but I still am grateful for doors, period, opening. I don't care if it's for a couple $100. It's a door. It's open. I'm going to go through it.
What? You know? So, I feel that. Yeah. I feel like being in entertainment, because we both are in entertainment. So, girl, I feel everything that you're saying in a different
But it's the same for you, because you're a female and you're black and you're living in an area of the world where people don't realize about the West Coast. For black women, it's not just handed to you or given to you or easy for you or easier for you. Even during Black Lives Matter movements and things like that, it's just not the way people prejudge you or want to hire you or want to work with you or this or that. Absolutely. It is such another lane. It's such another journey. It's another hardship.
It's a whole nother hardship. But you know what? I definitely agree. I think, you know, when you just keep your faith,
it will keep you at least at a bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like, at least at a foundation. Like, you know, you're not completely broken. You know what I mean? You have something or someone there, like, with you. Like, you're not alone. You know what I mean?
I feel that a 1,000,000%. Right? Man, it's been times. And it's tough. You know, the thing about a journey is that it's always complications. You know, it's... And
I'm getting used to that.
Yeah, it's never going to be linear. You know, you got to go up, down, whatever. You know, you got to go through those seasons, and it's really important to really keep your faith and trust.
Or whatever really your foundation is, like, hold on to that.
Hold on to that.
Hold on to that.
That's going to take you further than any talent or whatever that you have. Keep the faith, y'all.
Because I meet so many of my friends now that I knew growing up or in my adulthood, and they're trying to get in the music industry, and I'm just like, just know you're going to have, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. When there's times you feel like, dang, I got to do all this. Yes, you have to do all that. Like, whatever it is, work. You got to do all of that. Like, dang, I got to do all this, or I got to pay all this, or I got to move all this, or whatever it is, or rush and do this and that. Yes is the answer to all of that. It will never be, you're not Lil Wayne. Like, you're just not. You're not Lil Wayne.
Facts. So you're not going to wake up and be like, a meal is in my account.
And people like Lil Wayne had a hard life from birth. So that's why it probably seemed like it came easy to them or early for him at 19 or however old he was, because he had a hard life from birth. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that hard of a life. So I knew getting into entrepreneurship, this was going to be that hard part of my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is going to be the trying times.
It's going to be challenges, but shit.
It's
keep
worth
going. It's worth it. If it's something that you're passionate about and that you're good at, you're going to find a way.
Those are the only two things. Be passionate about it and be good at it.
Be passionate about it and be good at it, because when both of those things come into play, you realize that that's your purpose.
Exactly.
You realize that that's what you're here for.
Exactly.
You know, like, I just think it's so amazing to see people really walking in their purpose.
Yes.
And that's powerful, because it's people who are old as fuck and they look back at life and be like, well, damn,
why did I do this?
What the fuck did I do that I was good at? What the fuck did I do that I was passionate about?
I never wanted that for myself.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Absolutely not. But I love it. It's a whole lot of boss babe Virgo energy in the building.
I love it. It's keeping me warm.
It's keeping me warm.
It could be that or the tequila. Even run. I'm warm.
Fact. So I wanted to switch gears a little bit because, like I said, this is my first female co-host.
Ooh, spicy.
/ guest, whatever you want to call it, on the show. So let's talk, sis.
Let's kiki.
Let's kiki a little bit, because, you know, it's always very interesting, because me and my co-host, we always have different perspectives based off of male and female. But now it's two females on the show, so
we might understand each other a little more.
You might get me a little bit more. Exactly.
We can get to the nitty gritty.
Exactly. So I want to talk about non-sexual turn-ons.
Non-sexual turn-ons.
Non-sexual turn-ons, like things that are not sexual, are not intimate, and are still turn-ons.
Oh, I have 1,000.
Me too.
But one of them is when a man verbally takes care of things. Like when the check comes in, before I even think to look at the waitress, it's already, I already took care of it. Or when I walk in, talking to whoever you need to talk to, just taking that initiative verbally whenever we walk in a room or whenever we go out or go somewhere, even if it's the movies, like just the verbal approach that you are in charge. You know what I mean? Like, letting everyone around you, including me, know that you run this train. Even if I just met you, like, I like that. Like, we walk up and we're about to order in there, just like, he's like, what you want? Like, you already know. Like,
I love when a nigga order for me.
Yes, order for me. Do it.
And the lady you'll have, I'll be like,
he got it. Yeah. Especially if he know what I want, like you know my type, like
you know what? But I think that is because I had a conversation with a male, and they said that women like a man that will lead, right? And you know,
I mean, I think that's in the Bible.
It's biblical, and y'all still.
It's biblical. Like, what's not given? It's been in the book. It's been in the book for 100,000 years. What's not giving? What's not giving? What's not clear? Pay for things. Take care of me, and say what you mean.
That's it. That's it. Oh my god. That's it. But like, it be seeming like such a hard task.
Like, all the time. Men come in the room like, wait a minute. What is going on? What do you want again? Say it again. Say it 4 times. And then say it in a different voice. And then maybe I'll understand. Like, no. What is not clear? But I talk to everybody like that. I talk to every man I've ever dated, talk to like that. What is it not? What's going on? I'll be very straightforward. That's what I've learned.
So is it hard, you know, being a very independent, boss woman, is it hard to date when you are super independent?
Yes. I feel like we get left out more. The more independent you are, you're looked to the side more. Even though men go on the internet and say these things about wanting an independent woman, and there are these relationships that we can point out that have independent women, the end of the day, when we look at the like whole world, the billions of people, there's not that many independent women in a relationship. At least not a serious, long-lasting relationship, marriage, because it's hard for a man to be around a woman with that much confidence, power, and we constantly will remind. Our problem is we'll remind you over and over and over again that we don't need you, and that you don't need to be here. So they're like, okay, then what am I here for? Because I'd rather go to someone. They would rather go to someone who's in need for real. You know what I mean? And we are so constant to remind them because we're scared of probably losing ourselves. You know what I mean? But then again, I'm coming from a place where I go to school for this. So it's like my minor's in couples and family therapy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like,
so you know,
I'm very aware of how relationships are supposed to work. I can't say I always model that. You know,
I'm not like, okay, so what I learned about Virgos is that we give really good advice.
Right. Correct.
But taking our own advice
is so hard.
We need to work on that.
And we're sensitive. Can be. We take and we look at every little thing. Like if you pick up your cup different in the morning, or you come and you don't want pancakes today and you always eat pancakes, I'm gonna be like, fuck? What's going on?
What's tea?
Who made you pancakes? Why are you over there? Like, what's tea? Because I know, like, every time you pick up your cup on the right side today, you were on the left. Something's giving that you're cheating.
Something is off.
Something's off. And I'm going to bring it up.
Talk to me. We would definitely bring the shit up.
We would bring it up.
Virgos,
We're not afraid.
We are not afraid. So, but get you a Virgo woman. But anyways.
Yes.
But, okay, so you like, you know, a man that really
can do.
Just takes the lead.
But I like funny, too. Funny turns me on so much. If you can make me laugh, like... And I'm just weak, and I have a loud, obnoxious laugh. So you know when I'm really weak. Like, if you have me weak, I damn near drop my panties.
On everything.
You're so
on everything.
Funny.
Like, you so funny. Like, damn.
Here's some pussy. Like, you're funny.
No, like, honestly, like, I think men, you know, so, okay. So let me ask you this. So if a man, he got that sense of humor.
Okay.
He got that leadership.
Oh. I'm ready. Oh my God.
If he got both of those things that you get turned on by.
Right.
Do looks matter at that point?
Well, you're asking me. If my friends were here, they would literally fall out laughing because I'm the friend that's dating. I might bring up somebody that look crazy as fuck, but he might be the coolest, flyest, smell good. But as far as like facial structure and body structure, I don't judge you off of that.
Really?
I've had a couple frat crushes in my life. And I'm just like, I'm into you. And he was fat, and I'm like, I'm into it. And I'm just like, you could protect me. Look like you gonna eat me up. But I just,
and Chloe small, and Chloe tiny. So for her to have a fat nigga, feel me?
But if he's fat, no, he got fat pockets, and he got a fat belly because he eat good as fuck. I call it a baller belly because you're balling. That's why your belly's there.
On everything.
You know, you eating good. We at Mashrooms every night. Of course, you're going to get a little weight.
Of course.
I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you.
Oh, my God.
But I don't judge off of that because I know my body fluctuates. So I'm not going to judge. And I eventually want to do surgery to change my body. So I'm not going to judge anybody off of what their body looks like. And to me, I find the cuteness in everybody. Of course, there's certain people who are usually just like, ew. Yeah. But that's usually because they're dirty, dusty. They're not well put together.
Facts.
When you have a nice haircut and you dress nice and you smell good and you're to yourself, it's okay if you got a couple extra 20, 30 pounds. It's okay.
So fat niggas aren't making a comeback.
They been, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that because everybody gonna get them up. I feel like there's fat niggas that got it like that and they talk like that and they know they that nigga and they, you know what I mean?
That's
the way
confidence thing.
Yes,
that's
and you know ain't nobody gonna try them because they look like your security.
That's the thing. Like I'm thick, so I like to know that it's somebody that.
So you don't like really skinny man?
I mean, girl, you know what they say about skinny niggas.
I was about to say, cause don't be missing out on your blessing.
No, like okay, so I always had like a type like a physical
Really?
type. I always did. What? Fuck that. I had a dark skin, tall, bearded type.
Ooh.
And girl,
but you're not from here. That's why.
I'm not from here. I'm from the Midwest. I went to school in
there's
Florida.
there's not a lot of them dripping around.
It was a point where all my niggas was looking alike.
What?
On everything.
Jesus knew not to put me in Houston. Jesus knew not to drop me in Houston or Texas or Atlanta or none of that.
None of that because niggas be looking the same. So I got to the West Coast.
But they fine though.
They fine.
Oh,
I love me some chocolate.
See,
I love me a beard. But the thing is,
I'm gonna get to acting crazy.
I realized that it's not all about the physical. Like, sometimes you have to look past it.
Yes.
So, I went against my
stereotype
type, and it turned out to be really, really
y'all dated?
Good. I mean, yeah.
Y'all talking, y'all serious?
We wasn't in a relationship, but we was serious.
Okay.
And like,
what did he
wasn't
look like?
My type.
What was he built like?
I know he's watching this. That's why it's funny.
Hey.
Okay, hey. Because you know who you are. But anyway. Okay, so he was like, okay, I'm not going to call him short.
Right.
But he was shorter than
See, that's the one thing I'm not doing.
Why?
Girl, I'm 5'2". If I feel like you're short.
You short.
It's
you
a problem.
Short. DJ Chloe, you short.
And my dad's short. My mama's short. Everybody's short.
So why can't you date it?
Because they get angry fast. They get so angry. And I'm so West Coast and chill vibes and weed and Snoop Dogg vibes.
Wait.
Relax.
Tall niggas be on that shit too, though.
But it's hot when they do it. It's sexy. They smashing shit and looking all buff and tall like a gladiator.
Don't do that.
Like a gladiator.
Don't
when you're short
that.
and doing it, it's giving like fused top. Like pop the top. You know?
I can't.
It's giving like
no, don't do that.
Jack in the Box. Relax, Jack in the Box.
You right now.
Calm
Don't
down.
do that. Don't
but
do
when
that.
they big, it's giving like Greek and like Greek god. Like, let me calm down before you strike me with lightning.
I like you know what I'm saying. It's what.
How short? How short? Because you're tall, so I feel like he's probably not that short.
Okay, so this is my thing. I'm 5'7". I thought that was average height.
That's average.
Apparently,
that's tall, but it's average.
That's tall.
Yeah.
I mean, we were about like the same height, but like that was fine with me because he is a really like
good
we
man.
Connected on more than that.
That's right. Was he good looking in the face?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're giving you not talking to nobody who's not cute.
Oh no.
Me though.
I like me a handsome man.
I probably shouldn't say this because now an ugly nigga's about to be approaching me. That's
but
not
you
what
okay?
I mean.
But you okay?
You
with,
have to have a cute face. Like I could see a cute, like a decent, like something I could look at.
Yeah.
But nice haircut, well shaven, well clean, smells good, dressed nice. You don't have to be drippy as fuck, but you have to dress nice. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
I feel like my women feel me. Like, you just have to be well put together. You know what I mean? Your shoes, I gotta realize cost a bag, but not everybody gonna realize they cost a bag. That type of nigga.
What you mean by that?
Like when they are Alexander Wang shoes, or they are not even Alexander Wang, but shoes that people may not notice. Like, okay, Philip Plein or people like that, where you're wearing designer items and people might not notice that they're designer items or they're fresh
It's when you
out.
don't know how to flex that designer, but you just know it's
like
designer, but you
got the brand new Pradas on, but they're black. You know what I mean? You're not trying to show out about it, but you got it like that. I like that. That's hot to me, and I know whether I have the things or not, or whether my lifestyle is like that or not. I know what is money and what is not. You know.
Ooh.
I know.
So you think the broke niggas be being disguised?
Flashy as hell. The nigga signing the check, though, in the corner, you probably didn't realize because the ice and all that was over on the right. Mm-hmm. But if you were to just take a second to step back and look to the left, there's somebody else signing that check. There's somebody else signing that check.
You can always
That's the person I want. Who's signing the check? Whose card is it on? That's who I'm gonna sit next to.
No, that is Who is everyone? It's so easy. It's so easy to be flashy. Like it's so easy to fake these days.
So easy.
But we be knowing the difference.
Real bitches know the difference.
Real bitches know the difference.
Real bitches know the difference. Lame bitches do not. And
I agree. You can always tell who got it and who don't, okay?
You can always tell. It
be the ones that are chill.
Yes. And they're just chilling.
They just chill. They vibing. Like, they ain't doing too much.
No.
They ain't flashy. They ain't got to flex how much money they got. They ain't got to.
I like that.
Come with it.
Because I know you're going to go long in life. I know there's longevity in this money. There's this isn't short-lived. You're investing. This is something you're not worried about.
Stupid with your money. Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Because there be niggas who be having money and just be
retarded. I'm sorry. Let me not say that. I'm so sorry. This is why I shouldn't be on the mic. I did not have a career in radio.
Just being, careless with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just careless. Like, you don't give a fuck about your future for real. You care about the now. You care about flexing. You care about social media. You care about who looking at you.
I know what type of nigga you are by the type of bitch you fuck with. And being from here, I know every bad bitch. I feel like if I'm not friends with you, I definitely know who you are, though. If you're a bad bitch, I know who you are. So if I know who you fuck with, I'm gonna know what type of bad bitches you're fucking with, what type of bitches, and what type of mentality you must have to fuck with these women. Wow. You know? And I'm tapped all the way.
So that's interesting to me because I feel like sometimes niggas be fucking with different type of, So can you really judge a nigga off a bitch that he fucking with?
Yes.
Why though?
Because it's one thing to fuck with a broke bitch with a good mentality. Like, I know a lot of women who were in a bad place in life and their mentality was on the right track. You know what I mean? So if you fucked with them, and I feel like, okay, their mentality was on the right track, they just probably didn't have it like that. Okay, that's one thing, because we all fuck with niggas with money. At the end of the day, when we fuck with niggas, we're all gonna, every bitch in Vegas has fucked with or fucks with a nigga with money. But when you fuck with bitches who make it look like something that it's not, or you're fucking with the bitch that I know her mentality is all the way to the left, and I only judge women out of things I've heard out of their mouth or seen them actually do. Right. You know what I mean? And so then I know, okay, you're the type that just wants a bitch who's gonna shut the fuck up and take some bread, or you want to be a trick or whatever. You know, I can tell by the women you're fucking with. Certain women aren't gonna fuck with anyone who is not giving trick vibes. Yeah. Certain women aren't gonna fuck with anyone who's not on this type of time. So I can definitely measure the man by the woman that they allow to stand next to them.
That's okay. Sure. So sis, I agree. Okay. But at the same time, I'm sure it's been a nigga that you fucked with and his ex or the bitch you used to fuck with, y'all wasn't on the same level. It's okay for niggas to level up. I can only say that about. It's okay for niggas.
I can only say that about 2 men, and that's because they were under 21. Anyone that I talked to, you like younger niggas? Anyone that I talked to or dated older than 21, the women that they were also talking to, trying, or whatever may be the case, were women that I felt like they at least thought were on the same level as me, and I could see why they thought that. Right. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Do you know what I'm saying? I do think sometimes it be niggas who be fucking with bitches that be lames.
Because they're lame. That's why I feel like that. Because they're lame.
You are what you attract, baby.
You are what you attract. You bring in what you give, you know? You get what you give.
I agree.
You get what you give. And if you're giving lame, whack, broke, fucking with every bitch that you see or looks bad, it's going to give that. And the thirstiest bitch is going to latch on, and y'all will latch together. You know?
Y'all gonna be solid in that motherfucker like this.
Solid. Together. Understanding. Like, fuck out of here. Lame.
I'm dead. Lame. But that's facts, though. That is facts. And you know what? I ain't even mad at it because that's the truth.
So I have a question.
What's good?
Because you've been out here a little bit, you know, you're new to the city. I don't ever see you outside. But you're bomb. You're giving very much thick. And and you don't be outside. Okay. Do you not like the women in Vegas? Do you not like the men in Vegas?
Sis, I'll be outside. Okay, so I ain't gonna lie.
Because I want to know. I've taken a step back from outside because of the women in Vegas, but I just want to know from someone who's not.
I mean, I'll be outside. But you know, with me, like, I feel like I just really had to just put my head down, right, and just kind of grind. Like, I had to really put my head down and be like, okay, this is what I want. Let me tap in. I'm here for a reason. You know, let me really figure out what the fuck is what. Okay. So
that makes sense.
I feel like,
I get that.
But I'll be outside. Okay. And I also kind of was like, you know.
What was you doing? You was in the house? You was playing house? You was playing Molly the maid?
I wasn't playing house, but. You was
playing Molly the maid?
You know, like I was.
You was cooking a little here. You was doing a little laundry.
I was in a little situation. So I didn't need to be outside. Like
okay, that's reasonable.
But at the same time, you know, I feel like the city wasn't really open like that.
Okay, go that's outside. True.
And the thing is that I had to go a lot of places dolo.
Okay, that makes sense. That
gets old sometimes.
Do you not like that?
It's cool. I like it. I mean,
I went outside by myself the other night, and I was like, yes, honey.
You fucked with it?
I loved it.
I like to go by myself.
It's probably different from me because I'm going to places I know.
Right.
You know.
Right, exactly that. And two, I mean, I always meet somebody when I'm out. Right. Always. Right. So it's just like, I don't have to go out with somebody to meet people or to have a good time.
Right.
But sometimes I don't really
feel like it.
I don't really be feeling like communicating like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just like, you know, but girl, I'll be outside now.
Okay, well, you need to come outside.
I'll be outside.
Come outside. I'm like, because as of recently, like, I've always had my core group of friends, like my main, like, 4 girls that I know. I love near and dear to my heart. There's literally nothing you could say about them, nothing they could do. Right. We're the group of women who never subtweet each other, never post each other. Like, never, if we've ever had a problem, it's something discussed at that moment type of friend group, sisterhood, you know?
Right.
But outside of that sisterhood, I feel like I get too nervous. And as a Virgo, I'm very nitpicky. And when I see so many flaws, I'm like,
You talking about in, like, a friendship?
Yeah, well, just women even to go out with though. Out here, it's like you even have to be careful of who you go out with.
That's very what true.
Type of
but I
image
feel like that
yourself.
you know what you doing,
right?
Or you know,
right? Yeah.
You know who you with.
You know who you with.
You know who you.
And
with.
then sometimes as a girl, you be like, oh, I don't care because I got my own life, I got my own personality, my own being. So whatever they doing don't affect me. But now that I'm growing more in my career, I'm getting very, very, very
as you should because I know bitches to be like, Chloe, I'm coming to the shit,
and I want them to come, you know, and I want you to come, and I want you to support me, and I of course will show you love if you come or whatever, however I can show you love, but I don't want to be calling you on a Saturday night when I am off to go out with me, or you know, because I just know too many things.
Right.
And out here, I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of making me feel like I need to move. I need to, at least part-time. Like don't Atlanta a little bit. We could just fly in and out. We could fly in and out. I don't want to really live in Atlanta. I love Vegas. I'll never move from Vegas. I'll never not have a home in Vegas. For sure. This is where I'm born and raised. This is where I feel it's like my baby blanket. Everything about it. I could go out without an ID and be comfortable for weeks, months. And it's not a problem. But
that's facts.
I do want to move and try other places. It's starting to give.
I mean,
with the energy.
I feel you. I mean, it's definitely good to expand your horizon, but I feel like you should never
just leave my hometown.
You should never. I mean, no. I won't say that because I left my hometown.
Right.
But
I'm like, what's tea?
You know, I think it's good to know your roots, and if you already established and you built your brand in this environment, then you got to be the motherfucker out of Vegas that's that's hot.
Right.
You know what
and
I'm
going to
saying?
always come back to Vegas. I'm going to always be in Vegas. I will always, like I said, have a home in Vegas because I love everything about this city. Like,
yes, me
the
too.
good and the bad.
Me too.
When I go other places, when I go other places, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. What the fuck? When
it's time to go home.
It's time to go home. You don't have 24-hour what? Like, it's time to go home.
Man,
it's just time to be with my people and where I feel most comfortable.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? And not so lost fish like vibes.
Yeah. I agree.
But I do want to travel other places, and I feel like musically people will understand me more in the South for me to move to Atlanta or Houston.
I mean, I feel that because I was in the South for a minute. I went to school in Florida.
Okay.
Y'all know that. But yeah, so I definitely think that area and that environment lacks female DJs. I will say that.
But that's only because they're not getting hired.
That's
Because when I went to Atlanta I went for, what was that weekend? That was crazy as fuck. All-Star?
Mm-hmm.
I went for All-Star weekend.
You did go to Atlanta.
Yes, and I was turned the fuck up. First of all, shout out Atlanta. Littest city in the okay,
ATL,
only
we
probably for
on
me.
your ass.
ATL, we on your ass. I mean, Vegas is lit, but ATL was just like the Black Hollywood, and that is giving everything to me. Every hot spot is Black owned. Every hot place is Black owned, Black ran, Black everything. That was just so beautiful to be in and feel the energy, you know. And I feel like it's a bigger music industry, which is good for me.
Absolutely.
I get to meet people kind of on my same wavelength, understand my same entertainment industry journey. You know, they kind of understand it a little more. But yeah, it was crazy.
But the thing about that industry though, it's so saturated.
And so I seen a lot of female DJs at the time, which I was shocked.
So saturated.
I was shocked.
Like it's so.
I was super shocked.
It's so
I didn't
like
expect that.
everyone's is
doing it.
Everyone's
in
doing what
the
you're doing.
music industry.
Yeah,
and it's like you have to be super different to be different.
Exactly. Like you really gotta stand out. And I'm not, you know, and you do for sure stand out.
I feel like I stand out. I feel like I bring something that I've never felt when I went to the club. You know, and I never seen when I went to the club or to the bar. I feel like I definitely bring something different, and just even the way I speak or talk, you know, it's gonna resonate. People are gonna be like, "Who is that? What's going on?
Where we at?
What's
the vibe?"
And then a lot of the DJs in Atlanta they're not on the mic. You know, they just DJ. They allow someone else to be on the mic, and that's not what I've always learned from DJ Valet. Shout out DJ Valet.
Shout out to you.
He's retired, but he works for iHeartRadio, and he has ran Las Vegas through and up, the whole West Coast really through and up with DJ. He's really a great mentor for me. I feel like he always said, never let anyone take your mic. Never let anyone touch your mic. Period. Hold it, take it. And I had to learn that through growth.
DJ Chloebrenae be on the motherfucking mic.
Hello,
every time.
It's me when you're wondering who it is.
If you wondering who it is, you already know who the fuck it is.
If you're wondering,
that's what's
me.
up. But that's amazing. You know what? I'm so happy that you came through to the source today.
Thank
because
you.
I just love it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I had such a good time.
Yay, I'm glad you came through. But yes, where can we find you, Miss
You
Mama?
can find me on Instagram right now, DJ Chloebrenae, CHLOEBRENAE. It should pop up after you type in DJ Chloe. It should even see DJ CH. It should pop up. I'm also DJ Chloebrenae1 on TikTok. Follow me on there. Apple Music, DJ Chloebrenae.
Her playlists are fire.
And I actually have about
what you got, sis?
3 to 4 more playlists coming out.
Oh, we ready for it. Yo,
and
it's so many songs.
Mixtape.
It's so many songs I got put on to. Just like being on your shit. Absolutely.
I know that's right.
But yes, y'all. Y'all already know DJ Chloebrenae in the building. But shout out to y'all. It's the Source Quinceañera, so turn up. Episode 15.
I'm a little Latina.
Oh.
I am.
Okay,
those
foreign.
don't know.
Okay,
I
foreign.
love it.
But we lit. Make sure y'all tune in every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure y'all tune in every Thursday, and we lit. Shouts out to my sis for coming through. We love y'all.
Bye, y'all.